What's up? It's Trey Harris here, wide receiver for Los Angeles Chargers. And you're tuning in to Chargers Unleashed.
Welcome to another edition of Chargers Unleashed. Jake Hefner and Dan Wolkenstein here with you from the LAFB Network. If this is your first time tuning in to the show, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button on YouTube. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Dan Wolkenstein, for the first time in 23 years, the Chargers start off a season 3-0, and not only doing it in dramatic fashion, but they are not only 3-0 for the first time in 23 years, but 3-0 in the division after a dramatic fourth quarter comeback from the one and only Justin Herbert to come back in the fourth quarter, make some magic happen in those final two drives, and defeat the Denver Broncos off the leg of one Cameron Dicker, 23-20. Talk about drama. This was a hard-fought win for the Los Angeles Chargers to get to 3-0. It was not all sunshine and rainbows for the Chargers in general when we were talking about the offensive line. Justin Herbert in general, some bad moments for the defense, but they found a way to do it, Dan, as Derwin James famously said on Twitter yesterday. Find a way. Find a way. Chargers have done that. Chargers are 3-0. Holy shit, Dan. We got a lot to cover on this one.
Turn me up, Jake Hefner. Turn me up, Chargers fans. The Chargers just did that. They just did that. 10 unanswered points to close out the game. Cameron Dicker at the buzzer. Big Dicker energy. Chargers Unleashed hotline goes bananas. 13 voicemails that we're going to be getting through today. So sprinkle in. We're going to be going rapid fire here the whole way through because, damn it, that felt good. And to Jake's point, not all sunshine and rainbows. You're gutted for Najee Harris. That offensive line issues. Pass rush at times. But there are some folks who had days, and there are some flowers needing to get delivered, and there is some crow needing to be eaten by many folks. But Jake, clearly, the story of this day, of this game,
What?
the clutch man himself. Holy. We've seen this before, but now on the national stage, Justin Herbert making the impossible look probable. Just pulling the rabbit out of his hat, putting the team on his back, putting the cape on. No more Clark Kent, and just willing this team through all of the fire and flames. The lead story here is the magician that is Justin Herbert. That said, again, not today. Jake, I cannot wait to talk about this. We woke up a sleeping giant, but before we talk about that, let's talk about our friends over at Sleeper.
The NFL season is here, which means you now have a chance to win up to 1,000 times your cash on daily fantasy football with Sleeper. Football has never been more exciting than it is right now with players like Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Justin fucking Herbert. Pick on stats for these stars like touchdowns, passing yards, receiving yards, fantasy points, and more for up to 1,000 times payoff on Sleeper. Get your picks right and you could win big. Just use the promo code ChargersLAFB and you'll get up to $100 match on your first deposit. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. Currently operating in over 25 states. Check out Sleeper today.
Jake, really important question, especially on a Victory Monday. How are you doing today?
What the hell happened, Dan? The clip that we've all watched at least 100 times, and we'll probably watch 100 times more, we all know is in terms of Justin Herbert just making magic happen in the fourth quarter. Dan, for quick reference, according to PFF, he was the highest rated quarterback yesterday in the fourth quarter with just over a 90 QBR rating. Wild stuff. But no, the way I sat back and reflected on that game in totality.
You've got reflecting, Jake Hefner. This is big. This is big.
And I'll premise it with this. Dan, if you could find it while I try to make some dead time, the tweet that I sent you yesterday about week 3, because this is becoming a horrible, horrible trend for the Chargers. And it just, I don't know what it is about coincidences or what it is about week 3. But when you've seen the week 3 take place with this Chargers team going all the way back to 2022, for some reason, because this fan base definitely has their opinions as it relates to this franchise being cursed overall. But in week 3, over the last four years, you could call it that. You could definitely believe in curses because the Chargers have dealt with injuries, big time injuries that have taken place in week 3 since 2022. You go all the way back to that Vikings game. It was Mike Williams that was lost for the year. The year after that against, I believe it was Jacksonville.
So I got it up here. So Jacksonville 2022 week 3, Rashawn Slater, Joey Bosa.
Yep, they both got hurt in that game.
2023 week 3 versus the Vikings was Mike Williams. 2024 was versus Steelers, Justin Herbert, Rashawn Slater, Joey Bosa, and Joe Alt.
And then this year we get Najee Harris going down with one of the most improbable injuries and devastating injuries that you could think of. Non-contact, just going off of his back foot with his weight forward. And we all know what the injury is. It's just that we all saw it, the terrible Achilles pop for him. The offensive line in general, especially the right side, was getting beat the hell up by the Denver Broncos.
And
Denver Broncos are no joke, man. If they could get out of their own way, they are a legitimate team to be reckoned with. So trust me when I say when the Chargers meet them again, it's going to mean something when it comes to playoff contention, no doubt about it.
But they took over. They took over the curse.
That was where I was going with my long little speech. I just wanted to premise it with that. Traditional Chargers teams, I'll even go as far as to say the Chargers team of last year doesn't win that game yesterday. And that's what I'm talking about. Even last year with Jim Harbaugh, they don't pull that one out. There were so many inconsistencies after the Chargers jumping out to a 10-point lead. And as Dan loves to reference the middle 8 of each one of the games, had arguably one of the worst middle 8 moments that you could possibly think of on a 4th and 2 and busted coverage. Bo Nix finds Cortland Sutton for a long 52-yard touchdown. That brings it to 10-7 at halftime. Then you start with Denver taking the first possession of the second half. J.K. Dobbins has his revenge drive on a long 40-plus yard run, then gets a 19-yard pass that goes into the end zone for a score. And they scored in 3 plays to start the second half. And then to top it off, on the ensuing kickoff, Darius Davis fields it and fumbles, and Denver gets the ball back and ends up scoring 3 points. 17 unanswered points in a span of about 6 minutes in total between the first half and the beginning of the second half. About as bad as you could look for just all things that were going against the Chargers. Dan, still, you look at this from a stat perspective, how did the Chargers win this game? They lost the turnover battle. They had that fumble from Darius Davis. They had the tipped pass interception that went off the hands of the defender from Justin Herbert as he was trying to hit Quentin Johnston.
Your
offensive line gave up 5 sacks. Justin Herbert was under duress and pressured the entirety of the game. You had wide receivers that were dropping balls at the beginning of this game. You had defenses giving up explosive plays that you knew that you couldn't do. There were 3 plays of 40 yards or more that they gave up.
The recipe for disaster, and that's a loss. That's a loss.
That's the movie premise that we have come to know from this Chargers team historically, that always results in an L.
But not today.
Not today.
Not yesterday.
And yes, I know that some people want to say, okay, well, if they had this or if they had this, and you know what? Hey, if you don't believe that luck plays a little bit into a factor for any NFL team on Sundays, then I don't know what sport you're watching, because that's part of the draw. But at the same time, you still have to go out there and make a damn play.
And how many times have the Chargers been on the opposite side of that luck, with that ball drops the other way?
Correct. Yes.
How many times does Chargers fans have to just sit there in the filth and the disgust and the pain, the agony?
Boom.
Too many times. And I would argue these 3 weeks in a row in succession in the division historic Chargers teams don't do. Historic Chargers teams don't win.
Don't do it.
And my PTSD was getting me.
Hey, it was getting me too.
But nevertheless, they persisted. And this Chargers team, epic comeback, 3-0 now on the season, 3 straight division wins. Jake, we got to get this hotline cooking. 323-902-7586 is the number to the hotline. Turn us up, Chargers fans, because we about to have some fun.
You all went nuts on this episode. You all went nuts for the amount of voicemails that we have to cover today. Dan, let's get to the first.
We did it! We did it! We fucking did it! I listened to the game in my car. Almost crashed 3 times. But man, Justin Herbert, without Mekhi Becton, with fucking trash O-line, no run game in the first half. Man, he's a god. He's gonna start a new religion. Justin Herbert's gonna be.
He's got his own gene line coming out. New religion. Oh, sister
man.
company of True Religion. Here we go.
Great start.
God. Honestly, we need a Bible verse for Justin Herbert. Oh my gosh, guys, that was incredible. I almost cried. I mean,
You almost crashed too.
You almost cried, you almost crashed, and you almost turned into a True Religion. Jeez.
we're fucking 3-0, boys. Fuck the Chiefs. Fuck the Raiders. Fuck the Broncos. We own this shit. We own the AFC West. Let's go.
Let's go.
First of all, thank you for the call because that energy is awesome. That's just what we're looking for today. Second of all, next time, please drive safe. Jesus, I don't want you potentially crashing 3 times from listening to a Chargers game. Pull the hell over and just calm yourself. Take a deep breath, my friend.
No.
But I love the energy. That's how we start off the show today.
Chargers Unleashed hotline was blitzed after this game, Jake. This was so much fun. Let's get to the next one. Turn us up, Chargers fans.
Somebody's going to be blitzed on this.
Jake, you want thoughts? You want feelings about this game? I got one thing for you, and one thing only. Wah!
Is that the voicemail?
That was it.
That was it. Perfect. Perfect. It was down on the bellicose of the voice a little bit. You want thoughts? You want opinions? I got them for you right here. Woo!
Let's talk about this for a second here, folks. Have a day, Quentin Johnston. Have a day, Keenan Allen. Omarion Hampton, welcome to the NFL.
We'll talk about that.
Kicker, the name by Dicker. My goodness. The most accurate kicker in the NFL. Justin Herbert going flamethrower. Derwin James, an absolute lion. The menacing continues with Tyre Tart. We'll get to that. And arguably the sweetest joy that I had from that game.
Oh, I know you're going to get into it.
OG2 coming in for his first NFL game and is absolute nails. Nails. You think he's going to be inactive next week? Oh my God.
I have a single flower to talk about on this show just based off of my score prediction and how it happened, but Dan is going to have a whole fucking bouquet to talk about on this show today. Make no mistake about it.
I tried effing telling folks, quit playing with him. Quit playing with him. I'll give the Tony Jefferson meme. Like, quit playing with me. Oronde Gadsden II is him. He's going to snatch that tight end 1 spot here quickly. We'll get to their voicemail here in a second, Jake, but let's just kind of fly through this real fast. So first off, right off the bat, Quentin Johnston picking up where he leaves off.
Man, You really got to give it to Quinn Johnson again after being covered majority of the game by Patrick Surtain. I don't know what that was as far as tackling by Patrick Surtain, even on that on that catch by Quentin Johnson. Then he turns out of it and then scampers upfield, which ended up leading to the Chargers' first points of the game. But Quentin Johnson on that first drive, and then of course on one of the later drives that ended up netting the Chargers their first touchdown of the game. Man, has he really stepped up these first 3 weeks. The collective trio of Quinn Johnston, Keenan Allen, and Ladd McConkey have stepped up big time for Justin Herbert. But Quentin Johnston might arguably be the most notable just based on the criticism that he has come into the season with. And it has not been like a late showing or a finally type of a moment. You've seen this consistently from him over the first 3 weeks of the year. And again, you put him in a position where he's going to be able to find space, where he's going to be able to succeed. He's big enough. He's got the athleticism to do this. I'm glad that Greg Roman put him back into those positions where he was having success that he saw against the Kansas City Chiefs in week 1. But Dan, more importantly,
look, for those watching,
this catch was insane. First of all, the throw was insane. The trust that Justin Herbert has in Quentin Johnston cannot be denied. The throw and, most importantly, the catch on this particular play was nuts.
Over Riley Moss, in front of Pat Surtain, Justin Herbert scrambles, rolls out, throws an absolute piss missile. Somehow teardrops this thing right over the hands of Riley Moss, including the pass interference that was called on this play that was declined. There have been times where we said, like, we haven't seen that before from Quentin, and that's happened a lot lately. We have not seen that before.
No.
That was a different Quentin. And you see the confidence of him after he gets up, the emotion, because he knows how impactful that is. That yards after the catch opportunity early on in the game, he was arguably one of the top 3 MVPs for this Chargers offense. Who would have thunk that? Have a day, Quentin Johnston. What was his stat line for this game? Something stupid. 6 receptions, 89 yards, along a 37, and the clutch catches, the tough catches. You can't root enough for this guy. And this is the thing that is hard sometimes is you see the slandering and you see the criticism across the NFL, across social media, whatever. And it's so easy to just sit there and type behind the keyboard at someone else's demise when things aren't going well. But there is a road to get to success. Some people's road is different than others, and some people take time. And Quentin Johnson was drafted as a workshop. This was drafted as a developmental receiver who has the raw traits and who can develop into a very good receiver if he has the right coaching. And look what's happened. And now it's so easy for people to say, oh, I'm sorry. Clearly I was wrong. I was just looking for Quentin to step up. He did. That's all I was asking for. Like, how about you try to give a player patience? You can be critical when warranted, but not hope for a player's demise. So yes, you could be critical, but also root for the guy. And to see him do this now, it's just been so fun, rewarding. Kudos to Quentin. Hope to see this thing continue. And the thing that's the most important is this Chargers team needs this. You look at that trio of Ladd, Quentin.
Look at how much they have contributed and stepped up and bailed this team out in extremely tough moments.
And again, like, you can extrapolate that out to all of the weapons. Oronde Gadsden. You could talk about Omar Hampton out of the backfield in this game was awesome. Over 100 yards of scrimmage, plus a tutty. I mean, Trey Harris with some timely catches over the last few weeks. Tyler Conklin. Like, this is what Chargers fans have been waiting for. Is like, give this guy some weapons that can win on their own. And imagine the euphoria.
There it is.
Talk about euphoria. Jake, let's get to our voicemail real quick. I've got to blow through these because there's a lot. This is so much fun. Next voicemail, Jake, again, 323-902-7586. Leave us a 30-second, please, voicemail with your reactions anytime throughout the week. We'll do our best to put them on the show. Next one.
I had to pause for a second, understanding what that noise was, and then I figured it out.
You hear that, guys? That's 3-0 in donkey language. I don't know if you guys knew. But what a game. Dicker, the kicker, coming in clutch. Man, that third quarter had all of us Charger fans in our trauma time pod.
Talk about it. Everyone saw those wheels coming off. I saw some people crashing out worse than I did. Far worse than I did. After that punt muffed by Darius Davis. Not great, Bob, but still. Whew, were we all in our collective feelings?
We were all saying, is this going to happen? Is this the trap game? But alas, even with the injuries, Najee Harris going down, Trey Pipkins in and out, Mekhi Becton out, Herbert found the way, and Keenan Allen coming in clutch as he always does.
What a freaking catch. Everyone's talking about that iconic throw sequence by Justin Herbert, but also peep the catch from Keenan. He took that catch 2 years ago with the Rock the Baby. I think it was 2 years ago, where he caught it behind the defender in the back of the end zone. He went up that one. Oh my goodness.
But take a big whiff, guys. Smell that. That's 3-0. Not just 3-0, any 3-0. It's 3-0 in the division. The West is ours, guys. Take it all in. Take a deep breath. Enjoy this victory Monday. Let's.
Do you smell that, Jake?
Dan, it's again the collective aspect of everything that was going on in that game.
It had everything.
The equation still doesn't add up to how the Chargers won.
The momentum bar was like full tilt.
It does not make sense. Let me just rattle off some stats for you here real quick, Dan. Justin Herbert was pressured on 54.7 of his dropbacks against the Broncos. That's the highest pressure rate that he has faced in any game in his career. And he completed 10 of 23 under pressure for 143 yards, a game-tying touchdown and an interception, obviously, albeit off of a tipped pass, while also taking 5 sacks. That's what he had to go up against.
He was getting struck all afternoon.
And the biggest, Dan, and this, what I'm about to tell you right now is just ridiculous as it relates to this throw and this catch by Keenan Allen. Justin Herbert's 20-yard ridiculous magician Houdini pass that he is able to pull off to Keenan Allen. Dan, according to Next Gen Stats, that throw had a 16.7% probability of being completed. Next Gen Stats clocked Herbert running at 12.85 miles an hour when he's rolling outside the pocket. And Keenan Allen's separation, as you can obviously see how close this is in this photo, his separation away from the defender, Dan, is just over half a yard. Everything that goes into this one throw and catch. Unfreaking believable.
And to hear the crowd react afterwards.
Oh my God.
I got chills.
Everybody was blown away. They could not believe that they just witnessed this.
The play-by-play, everyone. The announcers, folks covering the team. Go look at Chris Rim's reaction of what his face looked like with that name.
Yes.
Shout out to ESPN's Chris Rim, friend of the show. Absolute nails. And the best part about this too for Keenan is like deep down, he didn't want to leave.
Of course not.
Deep down, he knew Justin was him.
You think he's happy he came back? All he's done in the first 3 weeks is just rattle off the typical Keenan Allen 60-plus yard, lead the team in receptions, and 3 touchdowns in the first 3 weeks.
You think Justin is happy he's back?
Yeah.
And this is with Ladd essentially having wide receiver 3 numbers on this team.
I don't give a shit when the rest of your wide receiver core is performing like this.
It doesn't matter. Like there's a reason for that. Like that's all of this stuff is schemed together and they connect, right? Like when you see Keenan and Ladd just blowing folks' knees up, right? Like just breaking ankles. Quentin's getting free. When you see Quentin screaming down the sidelines, Keenan, Ladd, they're getting free. When you see Keenan and Ladd next to each other in bunch formation, motion, it's freeing up the other one. I think you go back to week 1, the touchdown catch from Keenan Allen. Ladd McConkey was the first one to celebrate before he even got there.
And they were both on the same side right next to each other before that play goes off.
The national narrative of this Chargers team clearly has shifted over these past 3 weeks. The national narrative of Quentin Johnston, of Justin Herbert, of the fan base, of Greg Roman. Jesse Minters hasn't changed.
It was pretty much the same.
He's pretty much the same. But these are some big boy wins that Chargers fans are not used to seeing. That Broncos defense is legit.
Insane.
Like absolutely insane. That would be the toughest game, aside from maybe the Eagles, that offense will play all season. And yes, was it pretty? No, at times. But again, it's not supposed to be pretty when you're going up against a team like that. And to battle through adversity like they did, some of the callers have already talked about, to push through all of that when that momentum bar is just locked down against you. The way that Justin Herbert just went on a terror and his receivers and pass catchers and running backs just willed this team to victory with him. Omarion Hampton with that catch out of the backfield on the sidelines. He's looking good, and he had to step up in that game.
Definitely.
And he did. And that is your running back 1 of the future. And you see why. Oronde Gasson with those massive catches at the end of the game.
Huge.
Critical. Keenan Allen, critical. Ladd McConkey, critical. Justin using his legs and his arm, absolutely unreal. Amazing what happens when you have a healthy Justin Herbert with weapons. And everyone talked about how this team can't protect Justin. And at times they were correct yesterday, given some of it was injury, some of it with a fantastic defense. And you got to tip your cap to that at times. But they still won.
The Broncos rushed 4 on 66% of the Chargers dropbacks. 4! And they got pressure on 60% of those rushes down. The offensive line had a bad day yesterday. Had a very bad day. Jamari Sawyer had a play.
They had a bad day against a great.
Yes, I'm not taking anything away from that. Who they were going up against was insane. Jamari Sawyer has a play that he wants to have wiped from the record books after just being absolutely destroyed by one of the Broncos defensive linemen.
Same with Joe Alt. He held his own, but Joe Alt had arguably his worst game.
Trey Pipkins was in and out of the lineup due to a right ankle injury. Now, credit to him for toughing it through, but he gave up the most pressures of any offensive lineman. But Denver and Vance Joseph, what they schemed up for the Chargers, they were ready to play. And honestly, Justin Herbert even missed some opportunities as well, not just in his throws, but there were some running lanes that he was not able to process fast enough and make the decision to break out in the open field where he could have extended the play and get out of that pocket a little bit. He missed those opportunities as well. So Justin Herbert, even as much as we want to laud him for those final 2 drives, and deservingly so, he had a rocky game up and down. So again, you're going to have games like this. Denver's defense is no joke. There was a reason why so many people were picking them to possibly be the team that was going to own the AFC and dethrone the Chiefs from all the winning of this division over the last 9 years. Enjoyed the victory, but you're going to see that team again. Make no mistake about it. You are going to see that team again. That defense is absolutely insane. And for what the Chargers had to overcome to get that W, that's what makes it important. That's what makes it noteworthy.
Yeah, and this was one of those team effort, right? It wasn't just one side of the ball. It
Nope.
wasn't Justin carrying them. It wasn't the defense carrying. It wasn't lucky special teams. Like it's interesting. All three sides of this game
Had
offense,
blemishes.
defense, special teams were great. Highest of highs, lowest of lows.
Yep.
You look at that Chargers offense. You look at the highs of the Justin Herbert insanity and the Quentin Johnston, the Keenan Allen, Ronnie Gadsden, and Amari Hampton. Like, there's all the highs, right? But there was some drops early on by Ladd and Keenan. There were some missed opportunities from Amari. The offensive line wasn't great. Justin Herbert at times was getting absolutely trucked. Like, the defense looked great at times. They absolutely slammed the door on them in that fourth quarter. That same defense also allowed ridiculous explosive plays. Arguably the two worst defensive snaps I've ever seen from a Jesse Minter defense. They've allowed Bo Nix out and scrambling. They gave up the explosive runs. J.K. Dobbins. They did all the things we said they cannot do. Let alone they got lucky on a few times that Bo Nix just simply missed some deep throws. And you bank on that. I'm sure that was probably part of the formula, right? Like, what do you bet on? Special teams. Darius Davis, costly fumble, brutal. I know he was battling a knee injury, but does not matter. And then the highs, Cameron Dicker just absolutely flushes it. That is a resilient win where each part of the team takes the opportunity when it is needed to carry the rest, and it changes at times. That change, that shift, that team carrying itself hasn't happened before. It's always felt like it is one side carrying the other two, or one side dragging down the other two, or two dragging down the other one. It was never like this. And so Dermott did it best. Like, they found a way. They found a way. And it's so great to be able to have these opportunities to learn something and to improve after a win. And this Chargers team, like, again, we've all gone through the PTSD. Like, we're all still feeling, I don't know how many folks slept at night last night. I was up just like, what just happened? That was a 1 p.m. game. It wasn't like this was a prime time up at 1:30 thanks to the East Coast time. Like, no. They pushed through. They pushed through. And it was just refreshing. The exhale that you can sense, you could feel, you can hear in that stadium and on the couches across all Chargers fans was just like, felt good. Damn, it felt good. Jake, next voicemail, 323-902-7586 on the hotline. Turn us up, fam. Turn us up.
There is no ear for this game. I'm sorry, I can't do it. I almost had a heart attack.
Oh my God. Here we go. There is no what for this game? What are you saying?
I couldn't actually hear that.
There is no ear for this game. I'm sorry, I can't do it. I almost had a heart attack while watching the game. I've never been more stressed in my goddamn life. We fucking little A. Let's try to push. We pull off the win because Justin Herbert is my king. I can't.
We've got Bible verses. And
We've got people almost crashing 3 times.
Like, I wear his number proudly. Had to walk the dog after that decompress because I'm too.
This is how you decompress when the emotions are high. No matter if it's good vibes or bad vibes, you got to decompress at some point.
Sometimes you just got to walk the dog.
Get out of the house. Walk the dog. Even if the dog doesn't need to take a shit, walk the dog, baby.
Stress the fuck out. But anyway, how is it more stressful than the Chiefs game? That's insane to me.
Ooh, was it?
Depends on how you look at it. Depending on how you look at it.
I think it was.
Because remember, the Chargers were playing with a lead the entirety of the Chiefs game.
Chargers didn't have a lead this entire game until
they
the
had
clock hit 0.
Well, they had technically they jumped out to a 10-point lead.
Sorry.
Then
Sorry.
they were playing from behind for the first time this season. So maybe you can make an argument because of the fact that they had to claw their way back. Where in Kansas City, you felt comfortable at times up until obviously that last drive before.
I wanted the Chiefs one more just because of all of the history, but like this was more like, oh my god, I'm dying.
There was drama dripping from this and criticism, but hey, got the W.
Anyway, we squeaked out the win. Now, when I said that we need to win no matter what against the Broncos, this is not what I meant, but it worked out. So I guess you can clap up for that. On to Giants next week, where also, sorry about Najee thing kind of sucks. Hefner looked great though. Maybe we could talk about that. Anyway, bye. There is no ear for this game.
I'm going to attribute that call to emotion plus caffeine equals that.
Or alcohol. Or alcohol.
Or alcohol. If that's how you get down, totally fine. And if that's the case, what alcohol are you drinking? Because I might use some.
Next voicemail.
Yo, my boys. How about them both?
How about them both, Chargers fans? Like, let's just take a second. Let's just sit here, whether you're in the car, at the gym, on your couch, in bed. The Chargers are 3-0. Are essentially 2.5 games up on every single team in their division. The Raiders got trucked. The Broncos lost. The Chiefs didn't look great. And your Chargers are 3-0. Like, your head should hit the pillow sometime this week feeling very good.
Whoever called that Cameron Dicker field goal winner?
This guy over here to my right, that way. Called it.
You're a saint and an oracle. My dudes, what a game. The defense. Let's go, guys. I know it wasn't all that great. You know, J.K. Dobbins did get over 100, but damn. How about quitting going for 7 for 93? Pretty sure I called that. Let's go. Bulk the fuck up, my guys.
I try to be a saint when I can. I am definitely not an oracle. I just felt we hadn't had that dramatic Cameron Dicker moment leading up into this game. And just taking everything into account, knowing how legit that Denver Broncos defense is, after seeing it, I probably wouldn't have said it starting the season because the Chiefs have Spagnuolo and Spags is one of the best defensive coordinators in the league. But as of right now, I am more terrified to see that Denver defense again than I am of the Chiefs.
Yeah.
1,000%. And taking all of that into account, I felt that this game was going to be much more closely contested. And Cameron Dicker was going to get his moment. And I may have been off just by 1 point on each. I had it 24-21 as the final score. But Cameron Dicker coming in clutch, and that's only set up by Justin Herbert going 8 for 8 in the final 2 drives to set up that game-winning field goal in the first place.
Stupid.
Unbelievable.
By the way, I was also damn close to my Omar and Hampton Bowl prediction.
You were.
I needed one more touchdown. I would have nailed it. I got the 100 yards. Got 1 touchdown, but I asked for 2. I mean, the box score tells a very different story than the final score, right? Let me give you some numbers here. First downs, Chargers, 29 of them. The Broncos, 9. The Broncos on third down, 2 for 13. 8 for 17 for the Chargers.
It's really bizarre when you hear that one, especially.
Total plays, 80 for the Chargers, 48 for Denver. Rushing, Denver had 118 yards. Chargers had 106. Penalties, though. 10 for 90 for Denver.
And you ask yourself, oh, sorry, go ahead.
The last one was time of possession. 36 minutes for this Chargers team compared to just 23 and change. That's what happens when you take possessions away. Like they gave Darius Davis took away a possession from this Chargers team. Imagine if they had that one. How much more time of possession that would be.
Go back to the tipped interception. That was a drive where the Chargers offense was actually getting in a rhythm prior to that tipped interception.
And that's the thing. Like this Chargers offense through it all. Yeah, there were some ugly spots, but like they didn't look bad. Like I think once you get perspective on what they went up against, like there were elements that can improve, but from the elements perspective, like this was a Denver team that you knew was going to be bringing the house constantly and was going to find a way to pressure Justin Herbert. That's what they do unapologetically. Justin Herbert typically does good against blitzes, against pressure. Like they fought through it, right? And this Chargers defense fought through it. Like they pushed through, man. They
started off the game hot. They did not allow that running game to get going. They were putting down J.K. Dobbins in the backfield. They were not allowing that offense to get going in their first three possessions.
I think it was three possessions, 3 punts to start this game for this Broncos team.
Yeah.
And again, you take out some of the explosives on their total yards that they've gotten so far. This Broncos team got 147 yards passing total in this game. And 50 of it was that busted play to Cortland Sutton.
I think it was 112 total yards in those 3 plays. The Cortland Sutton touchdown, the J.K. Dobbins run, and then his 19-yard catch and run for the touchdown. Added up to 112 yards just on 3 plays.
Other than that, this defense was lights out for the most part. I mean, yeah, they lost containment on Bo Nix. They got lucky with that scramble that ended up just being 4th and 1 versus a first down. Ended up punting, got the ball back. But aside from a couple busted plays, Jesse Minter was in his bag again. And you also got to, tip your cap to the other team too. Like these, both teams get paid, right? Like both teams get paid. This Chargers team just would not give up. And that was just something that we're not used to seeing. They don't come on the other side of the wins and losses like this, like they did today. Deion Henley, Derwin James, though, Jake. Derwin James was head on fire again. Absolute flames. I mean, he was all over the place. Double-digit tackles. He was in the backfield. I mean, this guy was just a menace. Dan Henley continuing his all-pro pursuit. Tony Jefferson almost got another one
at the end of the game.
Huge tackle at the end of that game. Tarheeb still, don't look now. This guy is an animal. And he is such a clutch tackler.
You want to review good cornerback tackling examples? Just basically go look at any game that Tarheeb still has played in. He's going to give you great film to watch. Dan, I'm going to say one more, and it's going to maybe be one play specifically, and I'm going to highlight this later on social media. Troy Dye, Dan, if you know what play I'm talking about, there was a play where Bo Nix was escaping, had a pathway that he was going to try to run in order to get a first down. And you see Troy Dye cut from the other side of the field and literally makes Bo Nix change his direction where it only ends up being like a 1-yard gain. There was green ahead of him, and the angle that Troy Dye takes to cut him off and just limit it to a 1-yard scamper, it was huge in that regard.
And shout out to Tyre Tart, by the way.
Man.
Bo Nix got absolutely smoked after that throw.
Dan, it was the other play. I think it was late in the third quarter where he was able to get through the offensive line and cause a negative play. Remember how hype he was?
Yep.
he was hyped going to that sideline. He was saying, enough of this bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Let's lock in and get this fucking ball back right now.
Man, you know that game meant something. Like that was a big
huge.
one. That was huge. That was huge. And
I mean, think about what we'd be talking about right now had it gone the other way. Chargers would not be first place in the division. Denver would own it because they'd have the tiebreaker even at 2-1. And you would probably be looking to say, okay, well, how do we get back in the win column going now, back on the road across the country to the New York Giants, albeit 0-3, but still, you got to wash that taste out of your mouth if that was the situation that ended up happening. But no, this team now, to go through what they went through, to face that kind of adversity, and yes, they have faced it before, and they've come out in the win column before, but it's showing you can win despite everything going against you. You can win games where you can shut them out defensively, albeit look at the Raiders game. You can win games on the heels of Justin Herbert. You're starting to see now when the opportunity arose for Amari and Hampton to wake up, he answered the call. Quentin Johnston, we were talking about earlier. These are things that Justin Herbert did not have previously. It was always put the S on your back, go out and make a play, does not matter to who. Just make a play. But now, believe it or not, some people may misconstrue this in the elite quarterback level, but you always need something there to complement you, whether it's coaching, whether it's defense, special teams, key players, key plays. Yes, quarterbacks always have to make the play. But there's something else that goes beyond that, to have someone else step up with your quarterback in those big moments. And yesterday, collectively as a team, the Chargers did that.
What separates Justin, and there's so many accolades, there's so many records that this kid is breaking, but what separates him is, and again, like he has had bad games. Like that Houston playoff loss was a bad game, right? But what separates Justin is, for the most part, he has looked very good to elite, even in times where the team has looked bad, where nobody's been able to catch the ball, where the defense can't stop a nosebleed, where special teams misses everything, where the coaching staff is a turnstile, where they have no running game, where they can't protect him, where the defense is trash. Like Justin Herbert has put up all of those numbers in the wake of all of that stuff, with all of those headwinds. And now you're seeing Justin do the same thing when healthy and some, and they're winning.
And keep in mind, Dan is not talking about previous years of excuses. The comments about Justin Herbert looking different this year are absolutely 100% accurate. You go back to that week 1 victory against the Chiefs, his poise, decision-making, most importantly, when it came to breaking outside the pocket and extending the plays, it's what ended up icing that game. Those are things that he did not do in years past. He's so athletic, and now he has at times, right? Like what I think gets people, and this is what social media is all about. This is what ratings are all about. Is you have to have an extreme side, either Justin Herbert's trash or Justin Herbert the top 3 quarterback. Sure.
And so people were bashing Justin Herbert like he's trash, when there were times where he couldn't rise above all of the stuff happening around him. But don't forget, he still did a ton of that. Like, how many fourth quarter comebacks has this guy made? How many lockdown throws has he had? How many performances have we just been jaw to the floor? But because he has those other things, like, they get overshadowed. But now they're winning. That's the difference. Like,
yeah,
he is healthy, he is winning, and he is carrying and rising to the challenge when all of those reasons why he could possibly fail are still happening.
And that's what I was getting to. Not to try to say that he wasn't doing those type of, or making these type of plays beforehand, but it's the moments in which he's making them. That's the biggest difference.
Unreal. Absolutely unreal. The guy's been an absolute nails so far this year, and it's been so cool. So cool. Just watching.
A beer or two will help you with that.
Just one, apparently. Next voicemail, Jake, 323-902-7586. Again, Jake hasn't heard any of these. I haven't heard any of these. He's not the full thing. Next one.
Jake, Dan, what is up, motherfuckers? Let's go!
Turn me up.
Holy shit. Let's go.
Holy shit, I did not. I thought we were going to lose this game, bro. Justin Herbert got sacked 5 times. Our O-line couldn't do shit. But, man, they stepped up at the end of the last quarter. Wow, what a fucking win, bro. That's 3 in a row against AFC West division opponents. That's insane, man. But, woo, this O-line, man, they are lucky, man. But, wow, they stepped up. But, wow. Players, unfortunately, for Najee Harris, man, that really sucks.
Sucks, dude.
Absolutely sucks.
And in real time, when that happened, as soon as I saw it, I didn't even know who it was. I just said, whoever that was out for the season. Whoever that was. You see Justin having to, like, jump over him to still finish the play, and him just, it was, and of course, right? Of course.
Week 3 curse, Dan. Don't forget it next year.
But, like, Najee Harris, the guy who hasn't missed a game in his entire life, basically, goes to the Chargers, has a freak accident with the fireworks, then blows up his like.
Yeah, it's that guy.
God.
Seeing that live, not live, but, seeing on TV, you can see it pop, and it was very, very disturbing to watch and very heartbreaking. He was going off. He was about to go off today. But shout out to the rookie running back, Martin Hampton. He stepped out, he's a great job. And look, how about a tight end, Orlando Gaskin? Holy.
I was waiting for someone to talk about it.
Dan's going to light the floor on fire here in a few minutes.
So I was waiting. For someone to talk about this one.
Holy shit, what's up, man? Woo, what a fucking statement he made. But, yeah.
I'm sorry, what did he say?
What a fucking statement he made.
Oh, I heard something completely different. Okay.
Man, that fucking, fucking Justin Herbert, man, this is what he does, man, against Broncos. And, man, I love fucking Jim Harbaugh, man. He's such a fucking clutch dude. This is why us Chargers fans love this, man. We got Jim Harbaugh. He's making us to a different organization, man. This fucking culture is, like, really exciting.
Man, this bleep button's about to get crazy.
Do not use it. There is no reason for PG-13 today. I know Dan was talking about this being a PG-13 show. Not today.
And I can't wait to happen in the near future. But what a fucking great statement win. And we'll see what happens in the future. Prayers for Najee, and we'll see what happens in the running back. But love you guys. Both the fuck up, baby. Let's go!
All right, Dan. It's time for you to talk about OG the second. We got the news just before game time when the inactives were released. We saw that KLS, Keandre Lambert-Smith, was actually inactive going to this game. And you're looking down the rest of the list. You're like, okay, we know that Will Dissly ain't playing, so Tucker Fisk is obviously in there. Tyler Conklin's in there. Wait a minute. Aronde Gadsden is not on the inactive list. Does that mean that he's active today? Talk about showing up in a big way. Ho-hum, no big deal. Just rode the bench for the first 2 weeks. The first time that he's active, goes out and gets 5 receptions, just over 40 yards. None bigger coming in the final drive of the game and securing 2 catches that actually ended up moving the chains for first downs on both of them. Unbelievable debut. Dan, this is your time to talk about it.
Man. Damn, does it feel good to be right about some things. And when you see the types of catches and the type of impact that a rookie 5th round pick tight end brings, when you have been clamoring for this fan base to get on board, when you have been clamoring for this team to put him in, the second he gets his first opportunity, the catches that this kid is making in that game are not easy. I mean, he's doing sideline while falling to the ground to his knees catches with both hands with defenders draped all over him. Draped all over him. We're talking clutch catches, third down catches. We're talking explosive catches. We're talking down the seams, saving his quarterback. We're talking about hands. We're talking about athleticism, bailing out your quarterback at the most pivotal times. Under 2 minutes, you got two ridiculously important catches, and your quarterback trusts you. Justin Herbert trusts him. Those two catches he had in the fourth quarter, under 2 minutes, he had defenders all over him. That's what a former wide receiver that bulks up does. And the Chargers got that steal in the draft. They traded up to get him. And y'all heard me when it happened. I was on cloud nine. And then you start to see the whispers, right? Then you start to see folks talking about his work ethic and riding a bicycle, and talking about how he's starting to make an impact at training camp and how he's starting to look good in preseason games. And oh my gosh, why isn't he going to be in the game the first couple weeks? And we said it. When this guy is given the opportunity, he is going to seize it. I think he seized it.
I think so.
In an offense that includes Keenan Allen and Ladd McConkey and Quentin Johnston and Omarion Hampton and Justin Herbert, that OG2 guy splashed. He jumped off the page and was doing things you haven't seen Conklin do. The biggest part of that, again, I harp on it, was that Justin trusted him in the most critical times.
Yep.
That is the takeaway.
Think Justin Herbert was showing favoritism in this game? Hell no.
Oh, damn, did that feel good. Damn, did that feel good.
Dan, I guarantee you that obviously, your big game for a rookie 5th round tight end that's coming into his first action of the 2025 season. But he was probably saying to himself, even when these catches are big time, go back and watch what Oronde Gadsden did at Syracuse to see some of the passes that he was catching.
He wasn't surprised.
This was probably child's play compared to what he saw in college, getting some of these darts from Justin Herbert. It's just what he does, and it's obviously what made Dan take such big note of what he's capable of. Big-bodied tight end that catches like a wide receiver with an unbelievable catch radius. That's Oronde Gadsden. And we collectively have talked about this rookie class in general, and we'll talk about another one here in a second. But look at all the opportunities that this rookie class in general has the opportunity to step up and make plays, and most notably the ones on offense. You saw it from Omarion Hampton yesterday. You saw it from Oronde Gadsden today. You saw Trey Harris in the first 2 weeks of the season really contribute, especially in that Kansas City final drive. You've seen what Jamari Caldwell is coming along as.
Don't even talk about the rookies last year.
Dan, we're 3 weeks into the season. This is awesome to watch.
Oronde Gadsden, again, I tweeted this out. Look at the timestamp. April 26th. New Chargers tight end Oronde Gadsden is their everyday production machine. Some 2024 numbers for him. Syracuse. 10.3 ADOT. 46 slot receptions, the second most among tight ends last year. 583 slot yards, the most among tight ends last year. 60.7 contested catch percentage.
Say that again.
60.7 contested catch percentage. 17 of 28.
Hell yes.
73 receptions, 934 yards, 7 touchdowns, and just 3 drops on 103 targets. That's the guy that fell to the 5th round that the Chargers traded up for. To Jake's point, you think he was surprised that he got 5 receptions? He's like, I had to do 20 times that last year. Take a bow, Oronde Gadsden. That felt so good. And again, like the fact that Justin trusted him, like that's the story. That's the story for me. He trusted him. He delivered. They won. That's your tight end of the future. And that might be your tight end of the present now. It might be your tight end of the present. Next voicemail, Jake. Got to fly through these now.
3-0, baby. Jake, Dan, what a game. Gotta love it. Lots of cleanup, but it'll be cleaned up. Can't wait to see how more of this season goes. Justin Herbert's that dog. And can't wait to hear. I love hearing Money Smith talk about Sean Payton. 3-0, baby. Jake, Dan, what a game.
Man. By the way, Matt Money Smith went off on Sean Payton this week. Did you catch those comments?
I did.
Loving it.
I did.
I was absolutely loving it.
Remember the days when there was talk Sean Payton could be the head coach of the Chargers once upon a time before Jim Harbaugh came here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't miss that. I don't miss that one bit.
Nope. He talked about, it wasn't perfect, but let's get to it here for a couple minutes here. Jamal Sawyer didn't have the greatest game. Mekhi Becton with the concussion goes out. Wasn't really doing great before that. Trey Pipkins, again, in context, you're going up against an incredible front, but still, this wasn't their best game. Joe Alt got beat at times. Bradley Bozeman got beat. Like, generally speaking, the offensive line lost.
Yeah.
It wasn't great. The receivers, again, Jake mentioned earlier, they dropped some. That should have been caught, and it would have made this thing a lot easier. Defense, there's some busted coverages that looked ugly. I don't know what that was going on with St. Juice and with Alohi Gilman on that Cortland Sutton 4th down throw.
Yeah, it was bad.
That was bad. Like, that was the most disconnected I've ever seen a Jesse Minter defense on one play. Ever. Since being in the Chargers team. And it was 4th down. And then it happened again on 4th down. Not great. They gave up some explosives again. Like, those, but the important part takeaway is, like, that was the exception, not the rule. And they still overcame it. So, like, we're not over here just pumping rainbows, right? Like, there are certainly things got to get cleared up. With the Najee Harris injury now, I would think they're going to go look for someone. We're getting closer and closer to the deadline. We'll see what happens with running backs. See what happens with the edge group. See offensive line. Like, there's still some things, but the great news is Joe Ortiz has a boatload of cash right now that he could use to supplement some of the stuff that they need. It's not all great, but they are pushing through the yuck with a lot of greatness and a lot of willpower and just finding a way.
That's time to go sign Rocket Sanders from the practice. Oh, sorry.
Oh, Jake, too soon.
No way.
Too soon.
Apologies.
But Gus Edwards.
But I got the van. No, they're going to have to find a solution to that really quick, especially just from the standpoint that they have to travel to New York this week. Just names to come to mind. Obviously, Kamani Vidal might come up from the practice squad. Naheem Miller-Hines, just because they're familiar already with the scheme. So if they needed to bring them back on a week like this, it could very well happen. So expect a move.
Can I come up?
Expect a move. I would expect it, whether it's tomorrow, Wednesday, one of the two, but expect the running back move for sure. And it may not even be something that's long-term. It may be a short-term solution for the time being. So, but one way or another, the Najee injury just sucks in every single way possible.
Yeah, I'd love it if Thibodeau just flew back with the Chargers for week 5. That'd be great. That'd be wonderful. Just come on home with us. Take our plane.
Hypothetically, if they were 0-4 at that point, I know a lot of people would love to see Thibodeau on this defense. And when we get into the preview game for the Giants, don't sleep on the Giants' defensive front because it's
That's legit.
It's pretty damn good, like the Broncos are. And if you're going to be missing some offensive linemen for this game against that defensive front, better make some adjustments and do it quick.
Next voicemail.
Hey, what did I say, guys? What did I say?
What did he say, Jake?
What? All I heard was you say next voicemail. Was that it? Was it a butt dial?
No. Did it not work for you again?
I can't hear it on my end. All of a
Okay,
sudden.
well,
I don't know
it's
what you hit.
All right, well, it's your
The
fault.
last every other one of the voicemails was just fine.
I'll keep it short and simple. I went on too long last time, but I did say we were going to go 3-0. Did I not? I said it, and I know you guys were laughing at me last time because I said we were going to go 6-0.
Oh, he's a 6-0. Okay.
This was the 6-0 guy. Okay, got it.
Hey, I was too hyped up at that time, coming out.
Okay, even he's pulling back the reins a little bit.
Family Trust Respect Week always does something where it just elevates it that much higher. So it's all right. I get it.
Of the Chiefs victory and then the Raiders victory, but hey, man, I called it. Everybody said I was crazy. I was delusional, but that's that Harbaugh effect, man. And hey, man, Keenan's been great. Hey, I haven't forgotten those people who called him washed, who called him old. He's still out there outperforming everybody.
They look dumb, right? They look dumb.
Buddy. And on top of that, man, Amari, and hopefully he continues off of this. And I hope nothing but the best for Najee. But besides that, man, you guys take care and bolt up, baby.
Appreciate that. Awesome that you called it.
If they get to
3-0,
he's going to be a softer.
Dude, if he gets to 6-0, by all means, man.
6-pack of beer coming your way.
Don't limit your voicemail. Just go on a fucking rant if they get to 6-0.
Put it out there right now. If you go 6-0, 6-pack on us. We'll make it happen. Next one.
It is the Faceless Fan.
All right, I'm going to sit back. I'm going to take a couple drinks. Here we go.
I took a Patron shot today.
Oh, perfect.
Yes. That was perfect. I'm going to sit back. I took a Patron shot today. Just one? Are you sure it was just one Patron shot?
My second shot was no good.
There we go. Yeah, we're getting there. Dare I ask, are you sure it was just two?
I took it and it went straight through my nose. I just
Oh no!
Oh, it's so good. He hasn't mentioned one thing about the fucking game yet. This is priceless.
coughed it straight through my nose and completely ruined my sinuses. I'm watching the Giants-Chiefs game, praying that somehow these Giants can pull off a miracle and keep the Chiefs 0-3. But it feels amazing to be
To get my nose absolutely flushed. It feels amazing.
Feels amazing.
not only 3-0, but 3-0 in the division. Bo Nix, more like Bo, you suck.
Simple.
Good
He
one.
didn't even try to rhyme it. Just Bo Nix? No, more like Bo, you suck.
Oh, how original.
So good.
You suck.
Oh.
Feel bad for Najee. I feel
That was probably, he probably took the third Patron shot in between his sentences right there.
awful for him. Amarian looked great. I know he only had 3.9 yards to carry, but it was nice to see him in the, catching some balls. 6 catches for 59 yards. That's amazing. It was amazing to see him finally get a touchdown. Quinn Johnson continues to look awesome. So that's amazing. Our defense was spectacular for the most part. And that was great.
This is like a Lego movie commercial. Just everything is awesome. except for the second Patron shot.
Overall, I feel like we played with a lot of heart, and I was really scared going into this game. I really was.
See, the demons are alive, man.
See the Patron shots.
I was horrified. I thought that it was going to be, a game that we were going to lose, but it wasn't. And I don't want to get my hopes up, but this defense looks insane. And I want to watch it all over again because I was way too drunk when I watched it.
So definitely there was not just 2 Patron shots for you.
But it feels great that we're 3-0. My fantasy team sucks, but it feels great.
I'm with you. My fantasy team's 0-3, but my real football team is 3-0.
That we're 3-0. So, Bolts up. Let's roll these Giants when we see them, and let's just all the way to the Super Bowl, right? Bolts up, baby.
Dan, let's focus in on the bulk of what he was saying outside of the Patron shots, obviously. Let's talk about the first round rookie himself, Omarion Hampton, stepping up after Najee Harris goes down with the unfortunate injury that was just confirmed, by the way, by Jim Harbaugh, confirming that it is, in fact, what we all thought it was, a torn Achilles tendon. So Najee Harris is officially done for the year, which is terrible, terrible news. But Dan, I thought that Hampton started to hit a second gear once Najee Harris went down. Mm-hmm. And maybe it was from the standpoint that he's watching his teammate be carted off the field. He knows what everybody else knew at this point. But you saw some of that North Carolina come back big time in this game. And Dan, what was one of the biggest criticisms of the Chargers going into this game through the first 2 weeks? Their running game was essentially non-existent. Chiefs game, running backs only got 16 carries total. Week 2, running backs, 16 carries total. This game, you remember Jim Harbaugh talking about them wanting to run the ball more, and they probably would have had Najee not got down. But Omarion Hampton got 25 carries in this game. 25. But arguably...
I'm sorry. Omarion and Najee combined got 25.
Oh, yes. I apologize. Yes. They got collectively 25 in this game. But arguably, Omarion Hampton's biggest contribution wasn't even the run game, Dan. It was in the passing game. Mm-hmm. And Greg Roman had to scheme something up to try to bait off the pass rush of the Denver Broncos. So he starts putting Omarion Hampton out on screens. And boy, did he get a big one on that second-to-last drive that ended up setting up Justin Herbert for the ridiculous throw.
You think they were watching that Jonathan Taylor tape from last week?
Yep.
Looks familiar.
Yep. But I felt so good for Omarion Hampton to get this off of what ended up taking place in the earlier part of the game, him getting his first touchdown. And you just see, again, how tough he runs. What I liked about it, Dan, is that it looked like he was running with more confidence in this game. You saw from some of his other runs against the Raiders and against the Chiefs, a confidence was just instilled in him. And yes, amazingly, despite everything we want to say about the offensive line, they were able to open up enough holes for him in order to create positive yardage. So it's a good first step for him moving forward because he is going to be the running back that's going to carry the load the rest of the way.
Yeah, no real excuses. And unfortunately or fortunately, like the training wheels were just ripped off. Like earlier, right? You had Najee Harris who can kind of help you get up to speed. You were able to kind of have his 1-2 punch. Like, no, that time is gone. You had you had what? 9 quarters. 9 quarters is what you had. And now, like, it's your show. This is your show. And there was a couple plays, one of which in particular that I was like, oh, he was so close. It was early on in the fourth quarter. I think it was his first. It was either the touchdown drive or the field goal drive where he got tripped up, like shoestring tackle.
Yeah.
And that thing would have busted. Like, if you would have been able to just high step that one, man. But you like the burst, you like the speed, you like the power, you like the confidence, like the hands. Again, like 6 receptions on 7 targets for a running back for almost 70 yards. Sorry, 60 yards, 59 yards. Like, He had more receptions than Lad McConkey did. What?
Yeah, Lad McConkey was 5th, I think, in receptions on the team, which is nuts, all things considered.
300 yards passing by Justin Herbert on the dot. And Lad McConkey had 40. Who would have thunk? 41 yards for Lad McConkey and 259 went somewhere else. 89 yards for Quentin, 65 for Keenan, 59 for Amarian Hampton, 46 for Gadsden.
11 of those throws went to rookies. That's how you 5 to Aronde Gadsden, 6 to Amarian Hampton. And look at the yardage that they were able to produce off of it.
Unreal. Derwin James, 12 tackles, by the way. 10 solo, 4 tackles for a loss, and a sack. What? Tony Jefferson, I don't know what they're putting in his drink, but there's probably going to be a PED test soon.
Whatever Benjamin Button got, he's drinking right now.
Don't be surprised, CJ.
Michael's secret stuff, whatever that shit is, he's drinking it. Doesn't matter.
Unreal. You're just seeing contributions all over the place. All over the place. Jake, next voicemail. I don't know if we're going to be able to get to all these.
Gentlemen,
we can do it.
It is me again, the one who provides the Chargers recap. But today,
oh, yes,
I
have been waiting for this guy. I have been waiting for this guy since last year. Why is it only in week 3 that you decide to call the Chargers hotline? What is wrong with you? Roll the dramatics.
Do something different. Today, I would like to cite a verse that I think speaks
Here we go.
to who is Justin Herbert. Isaiah chapter 6, verse 8 through 10. And I heard the voice of the Lord saying, "Whom shall I send? And who will go for us?" Then I said, "Here I am, send me."
Also, a great quote from the movie Fury for any of my movie buffs out there.
I think some of our callers got together because there's some themes.
Dude, today might be one of the best collective voicemail days ever on the Chargers hotline. These are
He
gold.
said, "Go and say to this people, keep on hearing, but do not understand. Keep on seeing, but do not perceive. Make the hearts of this people dull and their ears heavy, and blind their eyes, lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their hearts, and turn and be healed, that Justin Herbert is him." It is a new era, boys. Go Bolts.
Ah.
Again, every time
we went to church.
First of all, he needs to come back every time that there's a Chargers victory for him to give premises like this, because that basically is a nice summation of everything that took place in the week 3 victory. But Dan, we got to put together some type of roll or some type of edit where once he starts talking, we have to have a violin overlay or a piano overlay that just brings the recap to life.
The feels.
Love it.
Next one.
Jake and Dan. Shane out here in Texas.
I think he's in Texas.
Texas. Let's go.
What up, CU crew? Big win. Couple quick observations here. I've always been sort of a conspiracy theorist, but now
You're not
the
alone,
world
sir.
has definitive proof of extraterrestrial life. J. Herb and Derwin James are not fucking human, dude.
Wait, just pause. I'm sorry. I was not ready for where he was going with that. That was so good. That was such a beautiful transition. Okay, keep going.
The Spanoses have tapped into some lab in Area 51 or some shit, and they're pumping out predators, throwing them on a football field.
Oh, man. I love doing this show. I love doing this show.
Glad
You
we're on
guys
our
are
side.
unbelievable.
Oh, glad on our side.
And but number 2, O'Marion is that guy. Enough said. Full disclosure, though, Thule may not be. I mean, solid player, always affecting the play. Just needs to close, man. Got to close the deal. But number 13, welcome home, man. Welcome home. Watch out for that trap out in New York. The 4-0 sounds real good.
Doesn't it?
Go Bolts. We're all Charlie Kirk. Peace.
Dan, I'll talk about the Thule comment that he made there, because this is the second game in a row where Thule's actually led the team in pressures to the quarterback. Now, yes, I'll agree from the standpoint of him talking about that he needs to, find a way to close the deal. And this has been a lot of the talk that has been around the Chargers edge group in general, just in terms of their pass rush. I mean, I feel like the pass rush in general has woken up over the last 2 weeks, even with Khalil Mack going down. But again, I know that when we look at like the big time sack or the stat that is sacks, and that's the one thing that everybody gravitates towards too. But Thule is just so damn athletic that he can affect the play in so many different ways. Shit, I'll go back to, I think it was the first or second drive of the Broncos, where one of the biggest criticisms I had of Thule coming into this year, one thing that he had to step up on was, how does he do against the run? He had a couple of plays that he was in the backfield and just absolutely blew that up and setting the edge. That's a big shoe to fill from Joey Bosa in terms of setting the edge against the run.
I respectfully disagree with the caller on that one. I think Thule's been pretty good, man.
The Area 51 though thing,
great.
Aliens, fantastic.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, Thule is like the dirty work kind of guy, right? He's great in run defense. He's great setting the edge. He's great establishing line of scrimmage. I agree in the sense that like sometimes you wish that he could finish it off, right? Get that sack, get that tackle for loss. But like he disrupts opposing offenses pretty consistently. So I don't know. I feel pretty good about that. Next voicemail, Jake.
Gentlemen, I made it. It's Ray from San Diego.
Where's he going?
I'm waiting for it. It's
what a freaking game.
There it is.
My blood pressure is good. It peaked, I'm pretty sure. Eating some great dinner made by my one and only here. And what a freaking game. What a game. What a game. Good Lord. I got nothing to say except 3-0, baby. Cheers. Everyone enjoy your night. Love you guys. Bolt up. Let's go.
Dan, what's the old quote of, I don't know why the news broadcaster's name is not coming to me right now, but the fuck it, we'll do it live type call. That essentially was what he's literally in the middle of his meal, sitting next to his significant other, saying, I got to call the Chargers Unleashed hotline right now, so bear with me.
Babe, thanks for dinner. Hold on one sec.
If you hear me chewing in the background, don't worry about it.
Send over more lasagna while I get this voicemail.
I just got to check this box before we continue on with the rest of our night and the rest of our meal.
Oh, okay, both up, click. Hey, honey, how was your day?
Exactly. He did bring me back, though, when he was talking about his blood pressure escalating. I know that I have had my moments on this show plenty of times where I have felt I'm going to need lung support because of what this team was doing to me historically in the past.
Yep. I'm with you. Last one, Jake. Last voicemail. We are committed. There were 13 of you.
You guys are nuts.
We had to go long on this one.
We love it.
Last voicemail for the Chargers Unleashed hotline again. 323-902-7586 is the number.
Woo! Johnson catch. Oh, anyways, boys, what's going on? This is Ray from San Diego. Second quarter, 2 minutes left. Johnson's had a great catch. Three beers in.
Oh, shit. Second quarter, he was 3 beers in? So this is before the 52-yard catch to Cortland Sutton. This is before the J.K. Dobbins run. This is before the Darius. How many beers did you end up finishing? As if you were 3 beers in, I have to believe that you drank a hell of a lot more for the rest of this game.
It definitely went downhill from here for him for a while.
The question is, I actually comment that Najee Harris injury did not look good, boys. Did not look good at all. I'm not a doctor and do not.
Again, we've since heard the news, confirmed, ruptured Achilles, out for the season, sucks.
I pretend to be, but I'm thinking Achilles, no bueno, no bueno, no bueno. Just when we need to establish that run, we need to do something about this, because if this is what I think it is, we're in trouble. We
Thank goodness they drafted Amara in Hampton.
can't put the whole load on Hampton. Just for tickles, Tyreek Hill, maybe? I don't know. Anyways, good show, guys. You guys might hear from me later. Depends how these beers go down. Hold up, let's go.
First of all, that was the last voicemail, then?
Yes.
This guy should have called back after the game was over, because I would have loved to have heard him try to put a sentence together after the amount of beers that he probably ended up finishing throughout the duration of this game. So there had to be, this would have been a beautiful, like, before and after type. Because even in celebration, you know that there was more beers that went down, especially in the middle eight for that dude during this game.
You know
Holy
that
shit.
like circular emotional roller
Oh, yeah.
coaster went fast that game for him.
The circle of life, but in drunk form.
The circle of non-sober life.
The circle of inebriation. That's how we'll call it. What happened?
Los Angeles Chargers defeat the Denver Broncos 23-20 with Herculean efforts from their franchise quarterback, from receivers, from tight ends, from their defensive players, from the coaches. Special teams closing it out with Dicker the kicker with the big Dicker energy at the buzzer. This Chargers team found a way. And I'm not going to sit here and try to predict the future and them going undefeated this season, but you couldn't have asked for a better start and a better statement from a Chargers team. Granted, there were some injuries, and again, there are things they can clean up, and there's some protection issues, and they got some roster holes they might need to fill. But put all of that in the basket. This Chargers team is 3-0. They just beat 3 division rivals. They finally got over that hump against the Chiefs.
2 of these teams were in the playoffs last year. 1 went to the Super Bowl.
You're winning the games you should win, and you're competitive and winning the games against competitive teams. That is new. That is different. That bar has now changed. And so hopes for Chargers fans are understandably high right now. Dare I say this is a Super Bowl contender? I don't know if I am there yet.
Pump the brakes on that.
But they are on their way, and they are already taking away some of those narratives and some of those demons and PTSD feelings and some of the Xanax and some of all that stuff that people have needed to take to get them through Chargers games at times. Can they continue? Because they've got to stack these wins now, because that end of the season schedule is brutal.
Not just that, Dan. It's travel. Remember, again, now, after you finally came home for your real first home game, after going to Sao Paulo, then going to Vegas, then coming back home to Los Angeles, now you got to fly back cross country to New York. Thankfully, you come back home and you get Washington, but then you're on the road again. It's a long time before you actually have like back-to-back games where you're at home. And remember, the Chargers don't have their bye week until week 12. We got a long way to go.
But this week feels good. 3-0. The rest of the division, at least 2 games behind. Long season to go. But this Chargers team is showing us something different. Players, coaches, staff, front office, the whole 9. And we are along for the ride. Jake, anything else you want to tell this great fan base for this Chargers team? By the way, sidebar, shout out to you at SoFi.
Yes. I wasn't there, but shout out to you guys.
Put that on loop. Put those crowd reactions on loop, man. Jake, anything else?
Thank you to everyone who called today. Honestly, it's collectively, like I said, it's probably one of the best collections of voicemails that we have ever gotten because it's just raw, straight emotion from you guys. We love talking football, but we love hearing the emotion and the reaction from you guys when it comes to moments like this. It's what makes doing this fun. And we enjoy the shit out of it. And you guys came with it. Let me tell you what, you guys came with it today. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. I encourage anyone to call the hotline, leave the voicemails by all means. I said last week to unleash yourselves all over the Chargers Unleash hotline. By all means, keep doing it.
I'm just going to let that marinate for a sec. Ah, this is great. This feels good. I can do more of these. This is fun.
Definitely.
Oh, this is fun. For
one of these days, like in the future, we may have to like go back and just do one show that's like the best of the Chargers Unleashed hotline and just have it be that. Like maybe like in the off season when we're not doing anything, when it's the Drolls and we have nothing to talk about, maybe we can do something like that. That'll be a hell of a piece for us to put together to go back.
It's a lot of freaking work.
That's a lot of work, but that'd be a fun show to reminisce.
I'll put that on you, Jake. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, don't worry. Yeah, I take it back. No, I'm playing.
Chargers 3-0. Undefeated. Feels great. Next up, New York Football Giants on the East Coast. Can this Chargers team continue? Hopefully it's not a trap game, but we'll be talking about it later in the week as we preview week 4. But enjoy this. Victory briskets, victory shots, victory sleeps, because hopefully you're able to sleep better tonight. Whatever it is that gets you through, do something. Y'all deserve it. And we will talk to you next time. This is so fun. We'll talk to you next time on Chargers Unleashed.